welcome back to the Football Terrace. Hit like button, subscribe. Two very interesting clips to play for you. I want to get your opinions. Do you agree with them? Leave us your comments below. One of them I think is shrouded in absolute nonsense and craziness. The other's a little bit more fun, but let's take a little listen. And let's start here with TalkSport.
But sometimes when we see this happening, are they doing it for effect?
No, not at all. He's doing it heartfelt.
In this sense, I dare say he is.
So when a player...
So to give you context of what this clip is, this is TalkSport, or some of TalkSport, slamming Declan Rice for not celebrating against the Irish this weekend. Take a little listen.
Okay, if a player is forced out of a club that he's very happy, and he's forced out of that club and he goes somewhere else, right? That's one dynamic. If a player willingly, actively, is more than happy to leave a football club, leave aside all the allegiances and the loyalty that he once had, and go off and to make a commercial decision for the betterment of himself, I think it's virtue signaling to then go to your new employer, for want of a better expression, to go to your new employer and subsequently tip your hat to the previous guys that you didn't want to be with anymore, that you've chosen to leave because that's what you wanted to do.
That's nonsense. First of all, that's pure, unadulterated nonsense from Simon Jordan. Because I've left organisations for better opportunities, better pay, but I'm still respectful to the company that gave me opportunities prior, to bosses and to work colleagues of mine. To a football player, though, why would, let's say a player leaves Manchester United today, the fans loved him, treated him with respect, but he leaves for one reason or another. Why would that person not come back and show respect to those fans that were always, typically speaking, very good to them? It's just called respect. It isn't virtue signaling on any level, in my opinion.
And now you're going to suggest to them that you want to keep the currency with them. I think that's nothing to be admired.
Well, it is. He's not doing it to the boardroom. He isn't doing it to the hierarchy or the manager. It's to the fans. This man's crazy.
I think there's an element of what you would dress it up as respect, and I understand that to some extent, but I actually think it's about the player going, it's about me. Declan Rice chose England because Declan Rice thought it was better for Declan Rice. And he once upon a time played for the Irish. So he showed no loyalty to the Irish, and he's now showed in this conversation no loyalty to the English because he wants to sit in the middle and be completely removed from any kind of critical observation. I personally think, Martin, and I don't know what you think as a footballer, you get picked to play for your country at senior level. That's it. You don't get to switch your horse between which country you want to align yourself to once you've played for.
Well, that's a rule issue, but let me take issue here with what Simon Jordan is saying. I think it's very, very easy when you are just English, or you are just French, or you are your mum and dad, your grandparents, great-grandparents, you're French, you're English, you're Nigerian, you're American, you're Australian. But when you start getting into individuals with dual nationality, family members from different countries, it's a whole different ballgame. And if you actually listen to Declan Rice talk, the reason he didn't celebrate was out of respect for his grandmother and his grandfather, who were Irish, who he said are no longer with us. They've sadly passed away. And for him, it's very personal. This isn't about virtue signaling. This isn't about, oh, I want to look good to the Irish and I want to look good to the English. We'll park that aside. This is about a man making a very personal decision to change nations, but someone that still holds a deep respect for both countries. But it isn't about, and this is the problem that I think a lot of people, most players don't pick to play for the country they do based on the history, the Magna Carta and the royal family and the wars you've started, won or lost, the inventions that your country makes, the weather or the food. A lot of people choose the country they play for due to their deep family connections, for grandparents, for mothers, for fathers, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles. It's about their own family heritage. That is what this is about. And I think it's being taken so far out of context. And for me, listen, when it comes to Declan Rice, I think the hate towards Declan Rice has been a disgrace. I think it's an absolute abomination that people are angry that he didn't overly celebrate. He is partly English and he is partly Irish, and he's played for both nations, and he's just decided on England. That doesn't mean that he should be forced due to some weird sort of warped vision of patriotism to rub salt into the wounds of the Irish. Equally, we are talking about a game that does invoke sometimes violence and problems. We moan at players when they do things that incites the crowd to going crazy. But on this particular incident, with a real history of problems, Declan Rice's an absolute scumbag for not celebrating. No. You're looking for a reason to attack Declan Rice. You're looking for a reason to shit on him. You're looking for a reason to drag him over the coals. Instead, he's been pretty poor this season. We all admit, so far for Arsenal. Only 3 games, but he hasn't been great. But instead of talking about the really good performance, the excellent goal, the respect he demonstrated, and the heart-filled message about his family, you're looking to drag him over the coals and make him look like a bad person. And for me, that is shrouded in your dislike of him, potentially his club as well. And personally, and this is just personally, I think it's a disgrace. But I want your views and I want your opinions below. First it was Lee Carsley. Now it's Declan Rice that the mainstream media is going after. Give me your thoughts and your feelings below.
If England played as a team in the Premier League, where would they finish?
Who's the manager? Southgate's gone.
So is the current manager with anyone eligible to play for England? So basically the Euro squad, give or take a few.
I think they'd be battling for top 4, wouldn't they? Really?
England squad.
Yeah. Think about the front line, man.
Up front,
Like,
Pickford in goal, John Stones at the back.
Jude Bellingham in midfield, Declan Rice.
Win the league.
You centre. I think they're battling. Yeah, like they're battling for top 4. So
Not with Lee
from
Carsley.
first to fourth.
No, they win the league. That's it.
I don't know.
I don't know if they win the league.
This
Like,
England
they're up
squad
against
wins the
City.
league.
They're up against City.
Take away Carl Walker from Trent.
No, I think Carl Walker plays. Carl Walker play for both teams in this.
This is a very weird hypothetical, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
I think
weird.
he plays for both.
He plays for both
Okay.
teams. I think.
Carl Walker could stay at Man City.
Yeah, can we have Lewis? We'll have Trent and Lewis.
Trent.
Yeah.
They got Stones there. They got Guehi who played good, but Maguire.
It's better than
England
Arsenal,
is
and
good.
Arsenal came second. I think that's not. I'm not even winding miles up. I think that is a better
And
setup
it's
than
better
Arsenal.
than Man City.
But I don't know if it's better than Man City because of Rodri and De Bruyne.
The football needs to improve.
It's not,
mate.
is it, Miles?
Yeah, but
Man City's a far
Yeah, but
better
they got
squad
Phil
than England.
Foden.
Listen, City would still be the favourites. City, and it depends when you're having this conversation. Which are we duplicating? Saka? Are we duplicating Trent? Are we duplicating Declan Rice as an example? Are these players able to play for both club and country? Because again, if the current England squad plays for England, so if you take Saka and Declan Rice out of the Arsenal team, they're definitely not winning the league over the course of 38 games. You could take John Stones and Kyle Walker out of Man City, and maybe Foden. Could they win the league without those 3 players if they were in England shirts? It's a really good debate. I'm going to go with second or third. I think they'd be second or third in the league if the current England players couldn't play for their club side. Still think Man City would have too much. I agree with Boovy on that one. But I liked it. I thought it was a really good discussion point. We're going to talk about it on the top 6 later as well. I thought it was really, really great from the club. Big them up. Go and support them. Go and follow that platform as well. Always important to support fan channel content. It really, really is. But I'm sticking with Man City winning the league. I'm trying to work out who else misses out of those teams. I'm probably forgetting somebody. I mean, Man United have got no chance of winning the league anyway. But if we lose Mainu as well, we're in absolute bits. We've been strengthened, though, by Maguire leaving. No Pickford at Everton. They're getting relegated. They're finished, but they weren't in the title race anyway. Liverpool without Trent. Could they win the league without Trent? I don't think they could. I don't think they've got the creativity. So I'm sticking with Man City. Look, as ever, give me your thoughts, give me your feelings, give me your opinions below. Take care, goodbye, God bless, and we'll see you again soon. Peace!